Hello everyone and welcome back to the Tech Hub. Now, let me ask you a quick question. Do you remember when listening to your music meant plugging your device into your computer, dragging your MP3 files across, and just enjoying your music without subscriptions, notifications, or apps? Before streaming services, before algorithms, and before our phones did absolutely everything, we had devices like the iPod. Well, recently, my best friend threw down a tech challenge for me, and honestly, I didn't think it was possible anymore. But it turns out it absolutely is. So let's get into it and let's start the episode. So in today's video, I'm going to tell you the story of that challenge, how we went about trying to recreate the old school iPod experience, and how surprisingly easy it still is to have a dedicated portable music player in 2026. So I'll explain why my friend wanted one in the first place, why modern phones and streaming services frustrated him, the device I found that actually solves the problem, and how you can still load your own music files just like we used to with iPods. So, if you love the idea of owning your own music again, this video is for you. So let me tell you the tech challenge story. So this all started with a conversation with my best friend. Now, unlike me, he's not techie at all. His phone is literally just a phone. He uses it for calls, messages, and photos, and that's about it. We got talking because he heard a hip-hop playlist I was playing that I had created in Apple Music, and he started asking how I made it. Once I explained that it was through Apple Music and a subscription service, he got quite frustrated. His point was actually really interesting. He said, why do I have to subscribe to something and use my phone just to listen to my own music? Back in the day, I could just plug in my music player and load my tracks onto it. And honestly, he's not wrong. Back in the iPod days, you would simply plug the device into your computer, drag your music across with iTunes, and that was it. No subscription, no streaming, just your music on your device. Now, at first I told him that probably wasn't possible anymore. There just isn't much demand for standalone music players today. Most people have premium smartphones that do everything, but he challenged me to prove it, so I accepted. Now technically you can still do this with old iPods and iTunes, but there's a problem. Those devices are now so old that most second-hand ones have completely worn out batteries and replacing them can be a hassle. However, if you can find an iPod with a good battery, please check out the videos in my description below of how to do this in the modern era, as well as all about some specific iPods. So I decided to focus on finding a brand new device instead. I did a bit of research, which actually didn't take very long, and I discovered something interesting. There are loads of MP3 players still available, especially on Amazon. Most of them are quite inexpensive and clearly aimed at a niche market and kind of have that TMU quality. At first I thought maybe there would be a market for premium modern music players, but then I realized something. People who want premium devices already have premium smartphones, which kind of makes dedicated players redundant, which is why we're in this pickle in the first place. But for non-techie users, kids, or people who simply want a distraction-free music device, they still make a lot of sense, so I picked one up. And here it is, the AiMoonsa 128GB MP3 player. The device I chose is called the AiMoonsa 128GB MP3 music player, and honestly, it does exactly what we needed. First of all, it's tiny, much smaller than an old iPod Classic and even smaller than most smartphones. It has a touchscreen display which makes navigation surprisingly easy, and it is quite responsive. It also includes a built-in speaker. Now I'll be honest, the speaker quality isn't great, but it's useful if you want a quick playback without headphones. The player includes 128GB of storage, which actually is a huge amount of space for music. To put this into perspective, that's thousands of songs depending on the file quality. Another nice feature is that the storage is based on a microSD card, meaning if you ever run out of space, you can simply swap it for a larger card. Connectivity is simple too. Now my friend specifically wanted something that would just plug into the speakers of probably his car using an aux cable, and this does exactly that because it has a headphone jack. But it also has Bluetooth, which means you can connect it to wireless headphones or speakers if you want. Now, loading music onto it is incredibly simple as well. You just insert the microSD card into a card reader, and it comes with a card reader if you don't have one built in on your device. Plug it into your computer, drop your MP3 files into the music folder. So the only thing missing is that where we used to do that with a dedicated program like iTunes to do this. However, I wouldn't be surprised if there is an application or a program that can still do that. I just haven't looked into it. So that's it. No accounts, no subscriptions, no syncing apps. Just copy your music and go. Now, obviously, the big question is, where do you actually get the music? And the answer is, legitimately, you can still buy MP3 downloads. Amazon still sells downloadable music, and you can purchase and download as MP3 files. And there's probably other websites that you can do that on as well. So if you want to do this properly, you absolutely can. Or if you've got a music library, you can still convert your CDs and whatever, but obviously you need the device to do that. So in the end, the challenge was successfully completed. It turns out that the iPod style music experience is still alive. You can still have a dedicated music player that plays your own music files, works without subscriptions, doesn't rely on streaming, and doesn't require your phone. So for someone like my friend who just wants music without the tech complexity, this is actually a perfect solution. And honestly, I think there still is a market for this. Not everyone wants their phone to do everything. Sometimes it's nice to have a simple focused device that just does one job really, really well. So what do you think? Would you ever go back to using a dedicated music player, or are streaming service and smartphones just too convenient for now? Let me know in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious as to what you think. And as always, please keep those comments kind. And do you have a tech challenge for me? Throw it out there. If you enjoyed this video and want more Apple nostalgia, tech guides and weekly Apple news, make sure you like, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. Please follow me on Instagram and Threads at TechHubWiltsUK and check out my website at www.techhubwiltsuk.co.uk. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one here on the Tech Hub.